21 before the hour on America in the Morning. According to a new study published in JAMA Pediatrics, that's the Journal of the American Medical Association, trying to soothe tantrum-throwing children with a device and screen time can cause them trouble managing their emotions as they grow up. Parenting expert Jason Wilcox is co-founder of Motivational Parent and co-author of The Listening Space, a guide to strengthening parent-child relationships with motivational parenting. Jason joins us now. What can parents do when they're at the end of their rope, Mr. Wilcox?
One really important point to highlight from this article is the fact that parents are human and we got a lot going on. And so it's not necessarily wrong to use electronics. What we're looking at in the article is the fact that if you use it always to do emotional regulation, you're going to have some complications. So if we look for other ways to allow the child to express their emotions or give them some space and time so they can work through them, you're going to get better results in the long run.
You know, that sounds great from a rational thinking. You're a master of social work. There's a screaming 5-year-old on the floor because he's not getting his chicken nuggets for dinner. Where is the rationalization on their part?
As parents, we're busy, we got a lot, we're stressed, and it's always great to start with a nice deep breath because that can be even more stressful to have a child screaming on the floor. Mm-hmm. Depending on age, we look at a couple different things. You know, three great points is time and exploration and options. Time, either you give them a space so they can cool down and you can cool down. Mm-hmm. Exploration is looking for what are their thoughts, ideas, find out what's happening with them. There might be something they need to talk about with you or figure out what to do. Or options. So if it's screaming for those chicken nuggets, what are the options that we might have in that moment? Is there an option they can help cook at that moment? Is there an option for playing with a toy or something? So looking for those options.
When I observe these situations, and we all have, there tends to be a power struggle between the kid and the parent. I guess it's natural for a child to try and learn boundaries, but I often see parents trying to interact with the kids on their level, and I don't know if that always works.
Right. It depends on how we go about it. If we try to become like besties with the child or let the child rule the roost and get whatever they want, we're going to have some problems there.
Right.
What we're looking for is we still have to have boundaries. We still have to have rules and expectations in the home. But we can still go to their level while holding those expectations. So we can come to them, like I said earlier, trying to find out what's going on with them with the understanding that they still have to meet an expectation, whether it's to get homework done or anything else. We're there to guide, support, but we don't have to get into the power struggle to get the result.
The three items you mentioned, time, the exploration, and the options, is that the motivational parenting that you speak of?
Well, there's some of the components there, absolutely. Motivational parenting goes into a lot of different skills that when you apply them, you're going to get the results we're talking about, where you're going to start extinguishing the fight and you're going to start seeing the kid and child work with you going forward. The skills kind of look at a underlying foundation of empathy and partnership with the child. And then it starts moving into skills of how you use your language to guide them to find the solution. So to keep it real simple, that exploration is right there, foundation, but then you're exploring with them what are the solutions, where do we go from here? And it gives the child autonomy and a chance to own the behaviors and where they're going.
A lot of baby boomers who raise now the Gen X and millennial kids who now have children of their own are thinking, we didn't have these kind of issues. Dad used a belt or just told us to shut up. Were the boomer parents doing it wrong?
Well, I wouldn't say wrong. I would always look for outcomes. I was one of the parents that I was working with. She had adult children, and her adult children didn't want to talk to her at all. They would disengage. They didn't want to take her phone calls. But once we went through these skills of motivational parents and used what we have in the Listening Space book, she came out of it and said that everything changed. Her youngest son, who was going to college, who shut her out completely, was now talking with her, wanted her thoughts and opinions on things, and was having lunches and stuff with her. It just changed the dynamics completely. He wanted help now in college instead of shutting her down.
Jason Wilcox is a licensed clinical social worker, co-founder of Motivational Parent, and co-author of The Listening Space, a guide to strengthening parent-child relationships with motivational parenting. Is there a website that parents can find out more, Jason?
Absolutely. Go to motivationalparent.org.
Very nice. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.